This video is about ear infection in children and adults. I am Dr. Nadeem Sajjad Raja. You are watching my YouTube channel, Dr. Raja Nadeem Sajjad Official. Ear infections are, in fact, inflammation of the ear. This infection could be in the inner ear, middle ear, or external ear, caused by bacteria. This infection occurs when fluid build up behind the eardrum. Ear infections are painful. Ear infections could be acute or chronic. Acute infection does not clear up, or there is a recurrence of infection. Chronic infections may cause permanent damage. So what are the common causes of ear infection? Ear infection occurs when one or both of the eustachian tubes get blocked or swollen. Eustachian tubes are small tubes that run from each ear directly to the back of the throat. So what are the common causes of eustachian tube blockage? If someone is suffering with allergy or common cold, if there is an infection in the sinuses, or if someone is smoker, infected or swollen adenoids. So adenoids are tissues near the tonsils that traps harmful bacteria and viruses. If there is a change in the air pressure, then eustachian tubes are also blocked. So what are the common risk factors for ear infection? Ear infections are more common in children as compared to adults because eustachian tubes in children are narrow and short. Higher incidence of ear infection reported in bottle-fed infants as compared to breastfed infants. Sign and symptoms depends on the inner ear, middle ear, or external ear infection or outer ear infection. So otitis media is the name for middle ear infection. If someone is suffering with external ear infection, so that is called as otitis externa. These infections are self-limiting, that means often clear up by its own. If infection is mild, so there is a mild pain or discomfort. But this mild pain or mild discomfort gets worse when someone is lying down. There is a feeling of pressure inside the ear that persists. Young infants are fussy, they cry a lot, their sleep is disturbed. There is a pus-like discharge from the ear. Pain is more severe if both ears are infected. Some people report dizziness, nausea, vomiting, fever. So how these ear infections are diagnosed? Doctor will take your detailed history, examine your ear. So usually they use otoscope. Otoscope is a tube. So they visualize inner ear, whether there is any redness, air bubbles, or if there is any pus-like fluid inside the middle ear. They also check if there is a fluid draining from the middle ear, or if there is a perforation in the eardrum, or bulging or collapsed eardrum or tympanic membrane. They will take sample if there is a pus or signs of inflammation, infection. So they will take specimen and send to the microbiology lab to check what is the causative agent, and then antibiotic susceptibility testing will be done on the isolated organism. In some cases, especially to rule out bone infection, computed tomography is suggested, and that is done. Hearing test is also done to check if hearing is impaired or affected. Another test, tympanometry. In this test, they check the movements of eardrum. There are so many other tests, but your doctor will decide according to the clinical condition. So how these ear infections are treated? If mild infections, Usually they just go away. Apply a warm cloth to the affected ear, then you will feel comfortable, relief. Take over the counter painkillers, for example ibuprofen, acetaminophen, or buy some ear drops to relieve pain from the shop or chemist shop. Sudafed is also available, that can be bought from the chemist shop or on the internet. If infection is severe and bacteria are causing infection, these infections could be due to bacteria, fungus, or virus. Antibiotics are prescribed. In those cases, especially when both ears are infected and very painful. If your doctor decides, then they can clear up the infection from the external ear, or if it is a suitable treatment, that is called as oral dilating. If surgery is indicated, for example, if the eardrum is ruptured, so repairing of the ruptured eardrum, or if there is an infection of the bone, then they will do some surgery. If the infections are not handled properly, ear infections, then some patients develop complications. For example, hearing loss, infection of the mastoid bone. Mastoid bone is in the skull. There is an infection of the brain, meninges, the layer in the brain. So that is called as meningitis. So I will give the link of meningitis. So please watch my video on meningitis. Eardrum could be ruptured. So how we can prevent ear infections? Frequent washing of hands, avoid going into overly crowded areas, breastfeed infants, avoid smoking or avoid second-hand smoke. Keep your immunization up to date. This is very important because we can prevent Streptococcus pneumoniae infections, Haemophilus influenzae infections, and meningitis due to Neisseria meningitidis. So your vaccination status should be up to date. Thank you very much watching this video. Please do subscribe my channel Dr. Raja Nadeem Sajjad Official and press bell icon button so you will receive all my latest videos on health or social issues. Thank you.